How to do, y'all? This is John, and welcome back to my 6th Annual Horror-Athon. Today we are talking about The Last Man on Earth, a cult classic horror film from 1964, starring horror icon Vincent Price. And in The Last Man on Earth, it deals with this scientist named Dr. Robert Morgan, who is essentially the last man on Earth. Everyone else had been infected by this plague. If it didn't straight up kill you, it turned you into a, blood-drinking vampire. Literally. And that's about all I will reveal about the narrative, because I do want people to see this movie, even though it came out over 60 years ago now. Now, The Last Man on Earth, it's an adaptation of the novel I Am Legend, which I've already reviewed, the Will Smith movie. However, this one's probably the one that sticks the closest to the novel. All the others have strayed pretty far, even the Will Smith movie. However, this one, there's a lot of elements that came straight from the book, unlike the others. Now, Dr. Robert Morgan as a character, he is, without a doubt, a very well-written and well-structured character. Especially given the fact that this is a low-budget movie produced in Italy. The guy is the last human being alive. Everyone else are vampires that he has to figure out a way to destroy. And that takes a toll on people. And they actually do a good job illustrating the toll it has on him. How it affects his mental health, how it affects his psychological condition, all of that. And also, Vincent Price does a good job in the movie as well. Now, to my generation, Gen Z, he's more well known for his Edgar Allan Poe readings. But for any fellow Gen Zer out there, believe it or not, he also did a lot of movies, especially in the 50s and 60s. And it's easy to assume he did a lot of horror movies, and he did. Just his obsession with doing the Poe readings, especially his, iconic reading of The Raven, which everyone's heard. It's easy to assume he loved the genre. He was a good actor, and, he does a good job in this movie. Is it his best performance? I would argue not, but he does show up to work. Now, as far as the narrative goes, the narrative itself, while simple, is well told and well structured. The narrative of the movie is still good, it's well structured, and just like the book, it still holds up to this day. When it comes to the low budget nature of the movie, there are some elements where, it's actually helpful, and somewhere it unfortunately causes problems. One way in which it helps is the black and white cinematography. It creates this moodiness, this dreariness to the movie that I think is essential. The movie was made in 1964. Black and white movies at the time were just low budget movies. Anything with a studio budget was in color. But occasionally that style of cinematography actually does improve the movie itself, and the black and white cinematography in this movie does improve the story they're telling, because it's supposed to be moody and dreary. Sometimes seeing things in full color just hurts that moodiness, that dreariness. Go black and white, you've got the effect you want. But in areas where it hurts, first of all, the makeup effects have not aged well at all. Because the movie deals with vampires, there is makeup effects to make people look sickly and stuff. Make them look like infected vampires. And it just doesn't look very good nowadays. There's also some moments where, because the movie's Italian, and at the time, they didn't really have proper audio recording equipment, they had to dub over a lot of the voice work. And while there are moments where it undeniably doesn't look that bad, there are other moments where it is just real bad. Especially when they're dealing with an Italian actor who doesn't know English. And so he's speaking in Italian, but his dialogue's in English. And yes, the Italian filmmakers did intend for this movie to be in English. I also kind of wish that despite the fact that, this is the most faithful adaptation we have gotten of I Am Legend, I really wish that it did have the ending of the book. Because the ending to the book, it just sealed the deal of what Richard Matheson was trying to say. A lot better than any of the movie adaptations have done so far. Not even the newest movie, I Am Legend, had the ending of the novel. But unfortunately, it was too dark for 1964, and so they chose a different ending, which is still technically dark, but not as dark as in the book. So guys, at the end of the day, The Last Man on Earth, it's not a bad movie. It's definitely, a pretty strong, low-budget, independent movie. Now, obviously, the low-budget nature does show badly sometimes, but it doesn't hurt the movie as a whole. And there are some elements where, like I said, the black and white cinematography, where it does improve the movie. I would definitely recommend it if you're into vampire movies and also somewhat forgotten about cult horror movies. I'm going to give The Last Man on Earth a 7. You want to know the most unfortunate thing about this movie is the fact that the most widely available version of the movie is the colorized version of the movie. Like I said, black and white, that format benefited this movie to a crazy degree. Yet the most recent home video release of the black and white version was from the DVD era. I literally had to get a gadget for my computer to watch DVDs on, because they don't come with DVD players anymore, and get a DVD of the movie in order to watch it in the format that it was meant to be seen in. Because my TV is too advanced for DVDs. That just makes me sad. Well, that's all the time I have for today. Please look forward to more videos real soon. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Please also subscribe if you're new to the channel. And please don't forget, I also have a secondary channel where I do gaming content. Please go check it out. I hope you are looking forward to the next Horror-Athon video. And as always, please remember,